Okay, so this is really quick GarageBand. I'm making all this up off the top of my head, so bear with me. But it gives you the general idea of what we talked about. Okay, so let me just start with GarageBand. Create a song. So when you create song, the first thing it lists is what do I want? Well, let's say audio recorder. So this is the first track, right? So it's going to be voice. Actually, I'll probably whistle or sing or something. But anyway, voice. Yep, it's a voice track. And this is its default view. Now there's lots of stuff here I don't need to change. Maybe if you're playing an instrument you might, but I'm not changing it for now. The main thing up near the top left of the screen, see the three icons? The third one with the lanes, that's the important one. That's the tracks. You want to see those tracks. I'm going to press that now. Okay, so this is one track. I'm recording it microphone track. And you can see it running horizontally across the screen. Okay. So the important thing I need to do first, really, with GarageBand is make sure I set the tempo and so on. Tempo 110 is too fast. Let's go 100, say. 4/4 is fine. C major is fine. Yeah, C major is fine. Yep, okay. And I'm ready to go, basically. It'll give me a 4 count in. And I'll just make up some crap. Okay. Okay, 4 bars, that's plenty. So you see it switches back to the instrument view when I'm recording. Okay, so let's go back to the tracks. I'm going to keep going back to this tracks, which is, as I say, the third one from the top left corner. Now, you see we've got one segment there, which is 4 beats, 4 bars and 1 beat long. I'll just click on it and shorten it by 1. I want it to be exactly 4 beats. So I just pressed on it, and then I caught the stream right and just dragged it in one. So it's exactly 4 beats long, 4 bars long. And I've got that. I can go back to the start and I can press play. Okay, cool. That's one segment. So if I want to record more, I'd go to the start, see drag this guy to the start of bar 5. And I'll just hit record again. Again, it'll give me a count in. Okay. Back to the track view. So you've got 2 segments. This is the first piece I recorded. This is the piece I recorded just now. So I can play the whole thing back to the beginning. Play. And it loops back to the start. Okay, so that's the basic thing. So I've got 2 segments here. So the interesting thing now is, for the kind of editing we're talking about, I can do things here like, I say, okay, let's play from bar 3. I'm just tapping on bar 3. So play from bar 3. Yeah, I don't like that start bar. I don't like that bar 5. It's too high. So what I can do is I just press on the wide bar at the start of 5, and I can see that, not that one, this one. I click on that and drag it over. So now I'm pulling it to the right. So now I've squashed that one to the right. So if you look at this, bar 6 and all those didn't move. They're the same. I'm just squashing over bar 5. Okay, and if I play, there's now a gap there. So if I went play. Okay, now what will I do for bar 5? Let's hear from bar 3. Okay, I'll record something else for bar 5. Just go back to bar 5 and I hit record. That starts a new segment. Okay, let me see, from there. And I hit record. Okay, let's see what that does. Now back to the tracks. I've got a new segment. Actually, I overran by a beat. Just pull it back one. And you, there. Yeah. Go from bar 3. I just clicked back to bar 3. See, I got 3 segments now. The one I just recorded in the middle there as well. So here we go. And that's basically it. That's what you're doing. It's all in segments like this. So for the kind of editing we're talking about doing for the course, let's say for the virtual band stuff, let's say I don't like my bar 3. Let's listen to bar 3. No, stop. Bar 3. Yeah, no, don't like bar 3. What I can do is click on bar 3, and then if I tap this segment, see, I'm just tapping on the segment anywhere in the blue piece, and I tap it again, click split, and that gives me the scissors, and that allows me to cut this strip anywhere I want. So I can say, where do I want to cut it? I'm going to cut it, let's see, at bar 3. And then I drag the scissors down to make the cut. Does that make sense? So I catch the scissors and pull it down. I've now cut this into 2 pieces. And that means I can pull this one over. Pull this one over, because I didn't like my bar 3. And let's hear from the start. Okay, I'll put in a bar 3. So I'm going to hit record again on bar 3. Okay, back to the track view. Got a new bar 3 in there. Let's hear the whole thing. No, that's overrunning by 1. Pull it back a beat. That's what's wrong. And this one needs to come back 1. That's what's wrong there. Okay, let's go from bar 2. Don't like that thing at the end here. What's going on there? Now, let's go from bar 2. No, I don't like that bar 5 I put in. Let's check out that bar 5. Tap on it, tap again. No, delete that. I'm going to stretch back this one to put back the bar 5 I had originally. I think it's better. Let's go from bar 4. Okay, that's it. That's my track. So that's great. That's the thing. Now, the reason I'm looking at track view, that's basically all you need for your own thing, but just to show you GarageBand itself. So what I can do is, if I want to, I can put another track in. I can add a plus down the bottom there. I will add, another vocal track, why not? And let's go to the track view so we can see. I keep going back to track view. I've got this one now, the highlighted one is the one that will record, okay? Let's hear my beginning. Okay, let's do some kind of crazy counter melody-y thing to that off the top of my head. So now, the second one, this one here, is going to record this time. And so, let's hit record. Okay, let's see how that went. Back to the track view. That's the new segment I just did. On track 2, let's play the whole thing again. There we go. Cool. What else? Okay, so the other thing is, which is interesting, I can take this one, if I like it, and go, I'm just going to play that over and over again. I can do an Ed Sheeran and I can loop that one. See loop right in the middle? I just tapped on it again, loop. It will keep looping those 4 bars for the rest of the song. Let's go from here, say from bar 3, play. Here it is looping. Okay, so that's that. The other interesting thing I should show you just for GarageBand itself in general though is that you can do interesting things like add other kinds of tracks. That's one thing you got here. So if I want to, I did plus, that was plus, and we just go back, bottom left corner plus, add another track. This time I'm going to add, let's say, yeah, bass, let's add bass. Smart bass is usually the easiest one. And this gives me a thing with a kind of a bass guitar. I'm just hitting them with my finger. Yeah, that'll do. That's just me hitting my finger. Yeah, let's go with that. That sounds okay. Right, let's record that. Record. Nope. I was fine at the end. Undo, see the little curly arrow, undo. Let's go again. No, stop. Mistake again. Go again. There we go. Now, that's not great, but it'll do. So again, a 4-bar segment. If I go back to the track view, I've now got a bass thing. Now, if you look at this one doesn't have samples. It's just got marks where I hit the notes, and that's because this is a MIDI instrument, which is we won't get into right now, but that's the general idea. So if I play this, play. Oh, yes, then I'm probably going to loop the bass. Click on the bass track, loop the bass, and you know what? Let's just throw in drums. Why not? Just scrolling across to find some drums. Drummer, acoustic. Which drum? There's a whole lot of different drummers. It's just a pattern. Whatever, Kyle, full drummer, perfect. Yeah, you'll do. And I go back to the track. We've now got a drummer track added in. Let's go back to the start, see what he does. Go. Okay, we won't be doing any words, but that's the idea. And that's it. You can just keep playing with that, add more stuff, add, I don't know, let's throw in up in the top right, the third icon from the right, there's a little loop, and those are predefined loops. Give me a loop. Click on the loop. Let's say funky guitar 1. I'm just clicking on it. Funky guitar 4, click on that. You can hear it's just a loop. No. 1. So I click on it and drag it into space here. There it is, funky guitar 1. I'll just pull it back to the start. Pull it back to the, come here. Pull it back to the start. Let's hear. Guitar is too loud, which is always true. Anyway, that's good. It shows what you can do is click on the thing, my finger on that track, that segment, and you see settings in the extreme right. Gain, turn down the gain for that one, just for that segment. And the rest is fine. Yeah, let's hear that. Back from the start again. Let's have a different loop for the second half. Loop. Oh yeah, why not? Okay, Funky Guitar 4. Let's go with settings. It'll be too loud again. Right hand settings, gain down to say there, say. Yeah. Okay, let's hear the whole thing. Lovely, masterpiece.